here at DMW Music with Rory Felton from Chirpify. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you. Having a great time.
Great. So, if you could give us a little description on Chirpify, what's your elevator pitch?
Sure. Chirpify is a social commerce vehicle that enables in-stream transactions on social media, be it on Twitter, Instagram, and as of tomorrow, Facebook. So what differentiates Chirpify versus from other social commerce platforms is that we actually make transactions happen in the social stream. A band or an artist could tweet, buy my new album right here from me on Twitter, reply buy for $5. And all the consumer has to do is reply with the word buy, and we make a transaction happen. And we also deliver digital content directly to the consumer.
Cool. So the announcement about Facebook is actually happening tomorrow, correct?
Correct. Yeah, first time ever we think that we'll be making transactions happen in the Facebook newsfeed.
Cool. So what are the steps that consumers going to go through to actually be able to get to the checkout?
Sure.
You open up Facebook, you're there, then what happens?
So let's say your favorite band puts a Facebook status up tomorrow that says, download our new record right here from us on Facebook. Comment buy for X dollars. As a consumer, all you have to do is comment with the word buy, and we make a transaction happen.
Oh wow!
If you've created a Chirpify account previously, which tens of thousands of people already have, we make a transaction happen immediately. The money flows from the buyer to the seller in real time, and then we deliver digital content to the consumer via a Facebook message as well as email. If they've never signed up for Chirpify before, or have never heard of it, we comment back at them and say, sign up here to complete your transaction. After that one or two step process, the consumer never has to go back to Chirpify again if they don't want to. They can continue to transact directly in the social stream, be it on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, without ever having to go to another landing page. So the first time experience is similar to an e-commerce experience. After that, you never have to go back to a landing page, and you can transact directly in the social stream with any artist or brand that's offering any item for sale.
Cool. So on the tech side, how are you guys bypassing, now you're breaking into Facebook, how are you bypassing all the privacy issues and being able to monitor those comments and then in the end do the hardest thing that it is to do online and make a transaction happen?
Sure, yeah, so we access their API and we comply with their terms of service. We have a great working relationship with Twitter and Instagram so far, and we expect to have one with Facebook. We make a transaction happen because we have a payments processing partner, one of the largest banks in the world, which allows us to process payments seamlessly, both on PayPal and credit card. And in a short period of time, you'll be able to actually pull out money directly to your bank account as well.
Cool. Yeah. So what are some success stories that you guys are pulling from, or maybe some case studies that you guys can showcase?
So we've worked with a lot of big bands as well as indie artists. I personally love the indie artist stories because it's exciting to see an artist with just a couple thousand or a few thousand followers in social media actually have really high conversion rates.
Yep.
At the same time, what kind of catches the headlines of the bigger artists, right? So artists like Green Day, Keith Richards from the Rolling Stones, Amanda Palmer, and more have all launched campaigns with Chirpify. Some of these artists have seen north of 5 figures in revenue just from one tweet. So that's pretty interesting, right? Like, we're actually starting to calculate a financial ROI on a Twitter follower or a Facebook like. As far as I know, no other company is doing that, so that's what really excites me personally.
Coming from digital marketing too, that's always the question that gets asked, and any kind of pitch meeting is, how are we going to see this come back?
Sure.
And so it's really cool to see you guys solidify that and make it something real for marketers out there and brands and bands to be able to make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, so many companies are focused on data or helping an artist communicate with their audience, and I think that's awesome. I think that's really cool. What always excited me personally was always, how do I help a band or an artist make more money? And that's why I joined Chirpify a year ago, is because this was a real platform that was creating a new revenue stream for artists and for record labels, and that's really excited me. It's like you're taking assets that either already exist and monetizing them to a fuller extent, augmenting your revenue, or you're taking new assets that you didn't know you could monetize and monetizing it now by either selling it directly to your fans in social or giving it away and using it as a fan engagement tool. and rewarding your social followers, which is also what we do as well.
Cool. So the panel at DMW you're speaking on tomorrow as well?
Yeah, I believe it's on turning fans into revenue on social media.
So we're on the same panel. So
Yeah.
where can we find some common ground here? What should we focus on tomorrow?
We should focus on conversions.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
But you're not a CRM guy. I mean, we're not talking about email. You're really just in the social space, in the feeds. I mean, that's where you're coming from.
I'm talking about sales.
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking about how do you get a fan that for the last 10 years, they've grew up in the Napster age, where they haven't really applied a monetary value to recorded music. And then how can we slightly change that viewpoint by making it easier for them to access music, merchandise, tickets, and experiences from an artist, and actually departing with money for that experience, paying for that experience, whereas previously they're maybe not so inclined to buy music.
cool.
That's what excites me. You know? I ran a record company for many years, and we grew up in the Napster age, and we would actually put music on these P2P file sharing services to actually distribute music.
On purpose, of course.
On purpose, because it's a brand new artist and you want to spread the word, right? And it's a bell curve, so that when an artist gets to a certain point, it's only when it starts to actually hurt the revenue. And so I was always in favor of just sharing music as much as possible. What I found with the negative aspect of that was, if a fan, you know, from age 13 through 16 just never paid for recorded music, it was really hard to get them to actually start to pay for items. But the reality is, and what kind of iTunes showed and what Bottled Water shows, is that people will pay for a free item if it's easier for them to access and kind of packaged in a complete manner. And that's what I think Chirpify is helping do. It's helping make the product easier for a consumer to buy and delivering it directly to them in a way that's simpler than ever before.
Cool. Well, look forward to our panel tomorrow, and thanks for coming by for the interview.
Thank you, Andrew.
Appreciate
I appreciate the time.